Hey SPC, I'm checking in with you again for your Sunday school lesson for the week. This week I am actually at the beach, so we're on location doing our Sunday this week. So it's beautiful out here. I'm sitting out and enjoying God's beautiful nature when we do the Sunday school lesson today. So as we go, a couple quick announcements. Hands of Christ is coming up this Monday, August 10th. So if you don't know much about it, go by the church office, give somebody a call, send us an email. We got some posts on Facebook. Make sure you're advertising and letting people know that we are still having it. It might look a little different this year, but we are still doing it. So for anyone that needs it, please send them by. If you're interested in volunteering, certainly let us know. So that's coming up this Monday as a reminder. And this Sunday school lesson this week is another psalm. So remember, we've been doing some psalms from King David. Remember, he wrote a lot of psalms. He wrote the book of Psalms, songs and prayers in the Bible about God. So we have another one of those this week, talking about God being a rock. So we use the rock as a symbol a lot in a lot of the stories, both Old Testament and New Testament. So it's an important symbol in the Bible. And instead of reading from the Bible this time, I'm going to read from our Stories, Colors, and More segment of our lesson. So it's a little story about David. So I'm going to read that to you. It says, I am David, king of Israel. I wasn't always the king. As a young shepherd boy, I took my father's flock of sheep from low in the valley up the mountainsides by our home. I spent a lot of time out in the fields. I liked roaming with the sheep, laying in the cool grass on a hot day, and watching the stars on a clear night. I wonder, was being a shepherd hard work? Sometimes I would get scared. Howling animals threatened my sheep or me. I looked for stones to sling at wolves and bears. During storms, the thunder cracked so loud my ears would ring. Sometimes it was worse. There were times of absolute silence. I knew I was alone in the dark. I wonder, what are you afraid of? To calm myself, I would pray, making up songs to God. I would sing softly to myself, then louder and louder until I was sure God had scared the wolves away or shouted down the thunder. God was with me. This was one of the songs I wrote. In the silence, I am waiting for God will save me. God is my rock. God is my help. God is my fortress. I shall never be shaken. Even now as a king, I still sing these songs. When I am afraid or troubled, they give me comfort and hope. God is my rock. God is my comfort and hope. God is everywhere. God is always with us. God is unmovable and unshakable. So I pray these words again and again. In the silence, I am waiting for God will save me. God is my rock. God is my help. God is my fortress. I shall never be shaken. God will deliver me from fears and troubles. God is my mighty rock. I am most safe when I am with God. That's another wonderful psalm we get from David, talking about rocks, and all of us have seen rocks, know what rocks are. Something to think about is why rocks are used so often in Bible stories and to describe God. Some of the reasons were in what we just read. They're unmovable, they're unshakable, they're always present. They're very strong, so it gives you lots of good reasons there why rocks are important. We've got another good lesson here, similar to what we've done before in other lessons, that's going to come in the email to you. It's basically that cut out of the psalm that David repeated, and it asks you to fill in your own words. So similar to before, this is kind of rewriting David's psalm so it fits for you. And once you do that, this can serve as a perfect prayer to use in your life, a perfect way to talk to God. So this week, as we wrap up, I'm going to use David's words again as we close in prayer. So let's bow our heads. In the silence, I am waiting for God will save me. God is my rock. God is my help. God is my fortress. I shall never be shaken. Amen. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope to see you guys soon. Miss y'all. Bye.